was learning our cutting system called Structure and Motion. And I'll tell you what, Salon Antebellum wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for what Sexy Hair taught me with this. This system gives you the ability to cut the interior, the perimeter, the texture, all in one fluid motion. I know if you guys were here before, if you came to a hair show, Rod gets up on stage and flares it out, you know. It's a different way of cutting, right? It looks different. It's like totally foreign. Really, it took me 5 years to really get it down. And once I did, that's when I became a master artist and I saw the bigger picture. So I will say, we do stand a little differently. We do look a little odd sometimes, but who wants to stand out in the salon? I want to look so silly that all of your clients are staring at me, right? Okay, so if you have somebody that's cutting hair normally, and this is just, you know, for the artificial flavor of structure and motion, you know, you have your normal haircuts, which we'll talk about in a minute, what it does to your body in time. Now, mind you, this is a tool you can use. Now, if you were doing Tai Chi while cutting hair, kind of makes you, ooh, what's going on with that? Is anybody a little intrigued by that? Woo! Yeah. Nobody, just a couple, that's it. Thanks, Miss Heather, I appreciate it. You know, we went to school together. What this is going to do, you guys, is stand you out, one, behind the chair physically, but two, you'll actually be able to cut hair twice as long. Mary, structure, motion. Both of these girls, when they first started to cut hair behind the chair, everyone does what they do first. And then I show them a different side of things. Both of them had 1 inch longer on their right side of their haircuts for about a month. And I just couldn't understand it. And then one day, it clicked to us, and Mary's like, oh, that's because I'm standing different in every single position of the haircut. Well, maybe if I stood the same way in each position, it'll go better. Structure motion not only is going to help you with your body positioning, which Mary is going to talk about, but you're going to go from doing a haircut and then going back through and point cutting, and you're going to go back through and you're going to texturize, and basically you're doing 3 haircuts on one person, right? And you're bending over like this the whole time, and you're point cutting and way up there. I mean, within time, you're going to have carpal tunnel tendonitis, arthritis, and your feet are going to be so swollen you won't be able to stand anymore. You'll be the girl on the stool cutting hair sitting down, right? So let's talk about how to preserve our body and how it's helped you, Mayor.
All right, like Kelly said, when we first, we do a month of haircuts with the Associate Training Program at Salon Antebellum. So we got a mannequin out. I thought, you know, when you finish school, I'm throwing that mannequin away. I'm never going to see him again. Not. So we get the mannequin out, okay? So go through a little bit of the body positioning with structure and motion. It's using Tai Chi, using your body positioning instead of standing straight. I did a lot of the bending over and the awkwardness. I found my lower left back hurt all the time. Okay? So when we are cutting up, you can up layers, round the layers, creating volume. You're going to use right foot forward. You're taking the weight off of the back. Little exercise class here. Putting the weight on your right foot. Okay, your left foot is going to be squared up with the section that you were cutting, okay? You are so much closer to what you're cutting. That was awesome for me. You're not way back here and guessing. Okay, so right foot forward, left foot back. Weight is forward, you're cutting up. Lacey will get a little more with adding in using the texture. If we are removing bulk, we are cutting down, left foot forward, right leg back, square with the section that you're going to cut. Right here, and you're going down, okay? It's taking all the pressure off your back. It has made my haircuts gone from, yeah, I gave a good haircut, clients were happy. So when this clicked with me, and like Kelly said, I was using the different body positioning, I was guessing every time I went, it's right there, you know it. You don't have to go back through. Well, ever do I check haircuts? Yeah. You don't have to go back through and check every single section of the haircut, not little bitty pieces at a time. It's all done in one step.
Okay, but I'm going to take like 5 seconds for a haircut. Long layered haircut, get it? Utilizing the head shape to give her a haircut that nobody else in the world is going to have. Why? Nobody's got her head. Can you imagine telling your client that? I'm going to utilize your head shape and wrap the hair around your head to create curved layers or concave layers that nobody else will have this haircut because nobody has her head shape. Is that okay with you? Well, yeah, it's okay with them. They have a one-of-a-kind haircut. So I'm going to do a simple 4-section haircut. I'm going to take out bulk and show you some cool texturizing techniques for that client that doesn't want to cut her hair. Because I just asked her about 10 minutes ago, and she's like, I really don't want one. I was like, I'll have one. Joking. Okay, Lacey Lulu.
Okay, so what I like about structure and motion, I have been able to combine structure and motion techniques with traditional cutting techniques that I learned at NABA to be more efficient and overall creative with my haircuts. And my absolute favorite thing about structure and motion is we actually cut with the core of our shears, and we're pumping with our thumb. We're never closing our shears completely and cutting with the tips of them. And that's going to, in essence, create texture within your haircut, so you don't have to go back through and do a whole lot of texture, and it just saves a whole lot of time.
Right, so we think about incising, you guys, and we're pumping our shears. Let's think about traditional cutting. Because I want you to understand, structure motion isn't the way you should cut hair. The way you should cut hair is the way that you're being taught absolutely right now. Instructors, yeah. Give them a hum. Yeah, hello. So know that what they're teaching you is your core foundation. Once you do that, you learn techniques from there. Structure motion is a tool you can utilize, a technique, so that you can have more creative freedom. I can pick exactly where I want her layers. I can enter and go into over direction so I keep that length, but I'm creating layers through her top profile that are gonna fit her head shape. I'm just simply doing kind of a pinwheel action, taking long triangular sections through her back profile, combing it straight up at a 180 and going into over direction. Now when you're doing this incising, we're thinking traditional cutting right now, okay? When you cut from point A to point B. What do you create?
Straight line.
A line, right? So if you did a 90-degree haircut all over, and they had super thick, coarse hair like hers, and you did blunt cuts all over, what's going to happen? What are you going to see within the hair?
Right line.
What are you going to see, guys?
Right line.
You're going to see lines. You're going to see shelves. So what are you going to do then? You're going to pick up your shears, and you're going to do what? Point cut, slide cut. Or what else are you going to do? Pick up what shears? Thinning shears. So you just went from doing a 15 to 20 minute haircut, and you expanded it out to 45 minutes. You're running behind, and you got a client waiting on you. Talk about madness. So if you were able to do all 3 of those at the same time, it's going to save you time. You're going to have more time to really focus on what matters. Consultation, and then finishing. Thank you. I did not cut her length off, right, girls? Were you sure?
No.
She has long, thick hair, right? She has a lot of long, thick hair. Don't you feel really, really hot right now? In the summertime, don't you wish it was just a little bit lighter for you? Don't you wish you could thin your hair out, but you can't because you have naturally curly hair and you flat iron it? Is that right? I could tell just by looking at her wave pattern. So if she was to thin it out, you would just have a really bushy mess, wouldn't you? So how can we take bulk out of curly hair without using thinning shears? What you're going to do is you're going to take vertical sections. You're going to comb it straight out. You are going to manhandle her hair like no one. You're going to take your hands, grip, separate it out into 4 simple sections, entering in up, incising, straight out. She will never miss this hair. You know why? She's never going to see it. It's all from underneath. And if anything, now when she uses root pump, she has a support system to pump up her roots. Right? Can you see any short pieces sticking out? No, not at all. But we took a lot of bulk out, right? Or we can get jazzy with our incising and just kind of free fall and make it smooth. That way that she has a little bit more flow to her hair. Well, what I'm using right now is a product called What a Tease, because I wanted to demonstrate this for you guys, because this is the most misused product. All you gotta do, especially with longer hair, I like to pat 1, 2. I like to spray like I just did and let it rest on top of my can. I'll turn the can just a little bit to kind of smooth it in because it is wet. And then once I'm done going through the hair, we're going to piece it out and peel it like a banana. So what else I'm going to use on her ends is going to be a product called Flip It Over. Woo! Yeah, I know. So Flip It Over is a volumizing, texturizing spray. Something that I like to use with this product, let's just, stack home in a bottle. Just let her hang out there for a second. Where is this? Flip this over. No, that's brushing. So Flip It Over is a volumizing, texturizing spray, and she's gonna grab it for me right now. And what I like to do is either piece out curls with it, or I will literally flip the hair over, shake it and spray it, flip it back, piece out, and you're good to go. It's phenomenal. It's great on short hair, it's great on longer hair, it's great to smooth out any frizzies with an up style. And the salon on that. Thank you. So we might have to use since it's missing in action. I mean, this, don't you dare.
Gangnam Style.